You know what I need for Christmas now?
A muzzle?
A new internet company?
Oh, they're not gonna help me, buddy.
Whiskey.
A network adapter.
Yes, because whiskey's always the answer.
Yes, sure, whiskey. That'll help.
That's what Caleb's answer was.
Just cram that into your computer and watch it.
By the way,
cross.
otherwise,
I don't know. I can't tell.
Hey, maybe some whiskey will make him go to sleep.
That's an idea.
He's like, oh, okay.
Completely joking.
Yeah, I
by the
can't.
way, yes, we are live. I heard that on the Twitch.
All right, cool.
Hey, everybody,
Oh,
we
wait,
got
we're
it out.
Don't
We're
give
back.
whiskey to your kids, guys.
Or do.
We're
They
live?
used to in the olden days.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, didn't they use it on the gums to help with teething problems?
Yes.
Yes,
Yes.
precisely.
Just don't use chloroform.
Oh my god.
Those are for,
Watch
that's
our
for when
channel
they
for
become
things not to do.
That's for when they become adults and they don't listen to you. I remember when my brother
Oh,
first
God.
got chloroformed.
Is there a child that actually listens at any age? What the fuck? Why are you?
I
Why
was
are bugs not dead?
Surprised.
Alright, so with
Because
my
we're
internet
just
now
nervous.
not being stupid, hopefully, I still have a child in my arms, so we'll see how this goes.
Marcel not
my
muted.
patron must be
Okay.
visiting.
Okay, so. Important question.
Okay.
What the
Important
fuck are
answer.
we doing?
We had just rolled
Not a clue.
perception.
We had? I didn't do that.
We're a little
You
bit
were
past
sleeping.
that. I was asleep
asleep?
having a dream
Okay.
about my patron Tenebris, and he was offering me my choices of Pact Boon.
Oh,
And you
right.
asked for the books.
Yeah, I asked him about the book.
Okay. Did you hear anything about the book?
I did not because you cut out right at that moment.
Perfect. So,
So now we know where we were.
yes. So, with the book, it allows you access and a few other neat things to spells and other goo gadgets that you wouldn't have had prior.
Goo gadgets, huh?
You're not there. Shut up.
Maybe I'm talking in my sleep. You don't know.
Asta, how did you get inside my dreams?
Magic. I'm.
I'm
wouldn't
just dreaming
be
about
surprised.
Oscar.
Anyway,
Anyways, that sounds nice. But that talisman seems to be calling my name the most. What is that one about?
the talisman is a. Largely, it is a buff for either yourself or an ally. There are some other ways to make it more applicable to different situations, but for the most part, one either applies it to themselves or an ally.
And just out of curiosity, I have to know about the chain.
The chain is actually, now that I think about it, I haven't used Pact of the Chain in a long time. I'm gonna just confirm my thoughts real quick. I'm pretty
Confirm
sure-
away. I guess not very many warlocks take that option.
What is confirming your thoughts? Having a meeting with yourself?
Yes.
A duplicate of Tenebris comes by, hey, can you remind me how this thing works? Yeah, sure, yeah, I can.
Ah,
And this is all
The-
going on inside your head.
yeah, okay. So
Precisely.
the chain binds a small ally to you to help you in your adventures. Above game, it gives you the Find Familiar spell.
So, kind of similar in nature to Denox's Mage Hand, but it's a creature instead of a floating hand.
Yes, and said creature can do a variety of interesting things at your command.
Well, all these options sound good and well, but I don't think it's the right thing to do. Because now that I know who you are, there's a conflict of interest here.
Is there? For you or for me? That is the real question. For
me.
But aren't you the one that reached out to me, and aren't you one of those individuals that are looking to reclaim the surface from my rule?
Exactly why it's a conflict of interest.
But who, ask yourself, is it more of a conflict with? You or me? I aiding you. Therefore, am I fighting against myself? Or am I fighting against even my own master?
I don't know your motivation. You were the one who told me I would have your power if I followed your commands without question.
And have I given you any commands that have been nefarious or against your own kind of betterment, in a sense?
Not exactly, but I would like to know a little more about what's going on here. Because word is it that you are trying to open a portal to let the demon lords out to take over the surface and destroy everything that we know.
Give me one hot second.
Was that in or out of character?
Yeah.
Tenebris is steaming.
Literally.
That's from you, dude.
That's for me? How?
What? Oh, I'm not muted. It's me.
Yeah.
I'm
Let's
running hot
see.
water. Sorry.
So it must have been going from her to your mic somehow.
And
'Cause it was going
That's
going
interesting.
from yours.
Interesting.
Magic.
Oh, actually, I got the talk button held down here.
welcome
Oh, that's
back.
probably why.
And why per se, or how per se, I guess I should say, have you come about that information? And I know that is something that I have not really revealed to you.
Martinez. I'm sure you're familiar with that name.
I'm gonna give him a real quick history check. Yeah. Martinez, huh? I suppose that would make sense. Prevent him from having to lift a finger in this world. Although I suppose he's already done that once, hasn't he?
Well, technically, when he warped us all to safety before Torben could completely destroy us all. And after all, we are the only hope against him and his master, the Sleeping King.
Ah, yes, the Sleeping King. A rather thorn in the side, if you ask me.
Maybe
But
the
I have-
sleeping king can help Little Ripper.
There has to
Wow.
be a connection here between the three of you, though, because
That's a shush.
I know at one point Torben, before, either during or before or after, it's confusing. I don't know the exact timing of things, but yeah, I know he was making blood sacrifices in your name, and then he went to the Sleeping King.
Yeah.
So what's really going on here?
Make an insight check for me.
Sure.
Against a practically demigod. Wow, I rolled a
7.
like shit.
So did
But
I.
it's still better than a 7.
Yeah.
He's hard to read. But he kind of goes, There is nothing that you need to worry about when it comes to that particular issue. Now, if you happen to go out of your way and take care of the Sleeping King for me, I would be overjoyed.
And that puts me in a bit of a predicament then, because our ultimate goal is to defeat the Sleeping King. But at the same time, while we are here, me and my allies are on a quest to vanquish you, to stop the Demon Lords from reaching the material plane.
This is true. But I think you're missing a key point of information.
Enlighten me.
What do you know about demons and their what do you say? Ability to survive death.
My understanding was whenever a demon dies, they are supposed to turn to ash and are essentially whisked away back to the Nine Hells. However, any demons we've killed thus far didn't go anywhere. They just laid there like any other corpse.
Yeah, that about sums it up. And part of that
But why?
reason is power. Certain demons of a certain power are able to be reborn in the Nine Hells.
But not all.
But not all.
Am I to understand that the implication here is that you have enough power that even if we slay you, you'll just come back?
Even if you were to slay me, I would still come back as a demon general. Which is for your notes. Typically, when a demon is put down, and they do respawn in the Nine Hells, most of the time they start at the very bottom once again, and they have to work their way back up. Sometimes it's only a slight bump, other times it's a very drastic bump. But for me, there would be no bump at all. It would be as if taking a nap.
Almost similar to what happened to Torben.
Torben had a deal struck with him, with the Sleeping King. And, well, quite frankly, if I remember correctly, he brought it on himself.
Right. When you put on the mask.
See, that
Nobody
was
cares until I put on the mask.
Stop. You see, that was something that I was not accounting for. When he was working for me, I was not expecting you to bring him a mask of the Sleeping King. But that is in the past. Eventually he will be dealt with. And eventually, he says as he's kind of drifting around you a little bit, this world of yours will be consumed by fire. Your choices are quite simple. He waves his hands again and you see the 4 options displayed before you again. But there is a 5th.
A 5th?
To reject all of it, and he smashes his hands together and they vanish in like a puff of smoke. And burn in the 9 hells for all eternity when we come for you.
But you see, if you open the portal and your lords come out, then the material plane will be the same as the 9 hells, and then I won't be the only one burning. my friends and my family and everything I know and love will all be burning.
True.
And I can't allow that.
True. But if you had me at your side to back you in a situation like this, and he waves a hand and you can see the land in front of you change. The world kind of around you changes into like this nightmarish hellscape. The land kind of barren, burnt, dying.
Much like the
With
deserts
this-
of my home.
With a permanent kind of orangish red hue in the background. With the screams of women, children, men far in the distance. And the cackling of demons rolling through the sky. But there is a place. And he kind of shifts a part of the clouds that's kind of open into like a sanctuary-like area. That your family could be safe. And I have to ask, in this moment, as he's bringing this up, are you envisioning your family?
As he's talking about my family, yes, it's going through my mind.
And as he points, time and time again at the cloud, you watch as every member of your family appears in this small sanctuary of white cloud, smiles on their face, smiling at you guys.
I want to clear something up there. You said at you guys.
Him. So this is
me and Tenebris.
yeah. This is the cloud. It's up in the cloud, so they're staring down at him and Tenebris. At yeah.
Her.
So it's like up in the
This moment.
clouds. True. Not you guys in the game, but himself and Katya. So
Because I just wondered if we were somehow
No.
all of a sudden magically there with him.
no.
I mean, it could be imagined, I'm sure.
So,
But then everybody else in the world burns, and only a few are saved. That doesn't feel right. This is the very thing we're trying to prevent from happening. I don't want my world to turn into a hellscape. None of us do.
But your world can be perfect. And he waves his hands again, and the area around you changes. An instant becomes that of a peaceful area. Lush and green. You can see down away from you your family, kind of playing near the river, having a picnic. Smiles on their faces. Your world would be perfect and safe from everything that we would release.
That's what you say, but is that the will of your masters? The ones who really pull the strings? Because I don't believe that. I believe, just like any other demons, once they have that power, they'll want more. Once they take over the surface, there will be no safe place. You can say there'll be a haven. They'll claim it. It'll be theirs.
I personally plan to create a safe haven. And he gestures around him. For all of those that follow my whim.
That's the problem. I may be the only one there.
Are you? Kind of says with a cheeky smile.
Okay, me and anybody else who's pledged themselves to you. I can't do it. It's not right. It's not right for me, my friends, my family, the whole world. I can't condemn everybody to the hells for this little bit of sanctuary. I'm gonna have to say no, reject it.
He kind of... That vanishes. But once again, you're in that kind of orangish red kind of hellscape. Everything dying in the distant. His face kind of goes to a kind of a non-plus kind of expression and just kind of goes... So, you're going to back out of our deal, then?
Yes. Don't get me wrong, I enjoy the power. I enjoy everything you have offered me, but ultimately, it won't save me.
That is where you're wrong. But don't say that I didn't try. And he holds his hand out in front of you, and he makes a fist. And as he closes around it, you watch his wither apparates in his hand. It was a nice parting gift. Once upon a time, anyway. Kind of slides it inside of this tuxedo-like jacket that he's wearing, and it seemingly vanishes with inside. I'll give that back to its rightful owner. And pray that one day you will see the opposite end of that item, we'll say.
I bet you like that.
Don't forget.
We will stop you.
Don't forget. When a pact is sealed, the pact is never undone. I'll be here when you change your mind. Sweet dreams. And like that, the dream ends. And you wake up in a cold sweat.
Now, here's the question: how long did that take?
About in time for your watch.
So what, Valinar's walking over to me to wake me up, and I just sit up and just look at him with my eyes
down.
Yes. And immediately, when you wake up and you sit up in a start, you feel a bit weaker. For the time being, Katya, I would like you to remove your levels of Warlock.
Alright.
Oh shit.
That's gonna suck, but yeah, let me go manage that. All I gotta do is go click on Big X, right?
Yes, you should only have to just, when you go to the multi-class areas, just remove that, the Warlock, section. That also includes any spells, invocations,
And it says HP here. I'm gonna keep it overwritten at the current amount, right?
Yes, I'm not going to be that mean. You can also remove Wither from your inventory. However, I would like you to keep your current maximum HP.
Okay.
I believe it's like 54? Ballparking?
64. 64.
I don't feel like that's right.
It was, it was, 70 something. I think it was supposed to be 70, but after using Wither, it dropped. I think it was 53 before I rolled for HP last session, and it would have been up to 70.
What did you roll for hit points?
Or, I rolled max, which is 8, 11,
So-
11.
So hold on. I'll tell you. I can tell you how many you had because you had 76 and you lost 14 to Wither. So you would have been at 53 and you gained 11.
Yes. So I'm currently at 64.
Yeah, you are currently at 64 for your max.
Okay.
I would like you to keep it there.
Okay.
Yeah, because I was keeping track of how much you lost.
Good. Then I was doing it right. That's good.
Yeah. And if you need to overwrite it, I understand. But for the time being, you are a level 7 sorcerer.
Cool. That's great. That means I immediately lose all of my dark vision.
Mm-hmm.
Which means, why does it say I still have dark vision? That needs to go away.
Oh, and roll 20.
Yeah. Oh, here it is.
I can change it.
Done.
But that is what happens as you sit up, as Valinar's probably just about ready to bend over and shake you awake. Yes, he's out.
Yes.
It would make a lot of noise.
Sorry, not talking to you about you, Valinar. So,
All
right. So Katya kind of shoots up in front of you, Valinar, as you're just about ready to go and wake him.
Okay, it's unusual that you would actually wake up in time for your watch. Do I want to know what happened?
Is it my time for a watch?
I was literally about to put my hand on your shoulder.
I had no idea. I don't remember us even establishing a watch order.
Yeah.
Why is it so
Yeah,
dark?
you were kind of out. It's dark. This is about how light it has been all. Now, are you sure you're okay?
Other than a little bit of light from you, I don't see much of anything. I used to be able to see everything. What happened?
Just for the record, I attempted to cast Lesser Restoration on him.
Okay.
I don't think I could do anything. He lost his dark vision.
You feel a warm sense of energy kind of pass over you, Katya, but that quickly fades as the Lesser Restoration takes no effect.
That didn't help any. It's still really dark in here, and before I went to sleep, it was not this dark. What happened?
It's always been this dark.
Maybe for you.
Sure. Yep. Okay, your watch. I'm going to bed.
I don't know if that's a very good idea.
What? Sleep? Sleep is always a good idea.
Okay.
Yes.
But I feel like Asta should probably take my place, or somebody else who hasn't already done it.
Well, why am I hearing... Okay, that was weird. If you want them to take your spot, wake them up and ask them.
Okay. Where is Asta? I do not see a thing.
Literally right beside you.
Just be warned, I can be an angry person when I wake up.
Okay, well I'm gonna start feeling around in the dark until I find
Nope.
Asta.
Make a dexterity
Katia,
check.
that's still me, Katia.
Oh,
Go that way a
hello.
little more.
Dexterity check.
I guess. I don't know. Okay.
Just making sure I don't accidentally fondle something.
I mean, that is the easiest way to distinguish between literally everyone. I will say that with a 16, you do find her without too much groping of your friends.
Okay. I'll attempt to shake her awake.
Asta, you feel a gentle shaking at your side.
Asta.
I snap awake and punch him in the face.
What?
Roll to hit.
Roll a d20.
Hey, I said I'm an angry person when I wake up.
Roll a d20 and add your dexterity modifier. You're more dexterous. Oh, that hits.
Oh yeah, that'll hit.
What's your we are gonna
5.
still do. Well, we're gonna do strength for this because you are just waking up. Dex for the hit, but what's your strength modifier?
That would be.
What's the plus to your strength?
Thank you. I know what it means. I'm looking for it.
Okay.
Oh, it's 1.
1. Alright, so Katya, you take 2 points of bludgeoning damage as Asta just sits up and punches you in the nose.
Ow! Let's just add that to my list of problems. Wait. Oh, God.
I just look at you stone faced. That's what you get for waking me up.
I wouldn't be waking you up if it weren't for an actual problem.
I look around the room. What's going on?
I was hoping you could tell me. I was able to see before I went to sleep, but now everything's really dark. Something's wrong.
Was it not like this before you went to sleep?
No, it looked perfectly fine to me. Now, it's dark. Other than whatever Valinar's got glowing over there, I can't see much of anything.
Uh-huh.
So I was hoping you might be able to take my watch for me.
Okay, yeah, sure. Didn't you just wake up? I think you need some more sleep.
Yeah, I think I do too. I'm not feeling very well rested. I shouldn't feel weaker now than I did before I went to sleep. And now that my nose hurts,
Uh-huh, okay, yeah. I just kind of pat him on the shoulder, kind of look at him like he's been on drugs, and I'm like, okay, go to sleep.
thank you.
Also, point of reference for you, Katya, as you go to sleep. Armor now no longer gives you any benefit.
What do you mean?
Your studded
Oh,
armor.
the studded armor. Oh, yeah. Good point. Guess it's back to the Pride Silk.
Even that was pretty tattered, though. Remember correctly.
I mean, it's an AC drop of 1. I am also wondering why it's considered light armor on Beyond when it was just regular old robes before.
I feel like they had to enter it as that, because
Okay.
there is no armor as no armor.
Gotcha.
It's fine. I don't remember. Did we determine? I don't remember if we determined if you still had your Pride Silk or not, if that had been destroyed at this point.
It hadn't been destroyed. I've been keeping up with it the best I could. What I lost was the what's it called? The Elven Chainmail or something.
True. Okay. All right. Yeah, it's fine. We'll allow it. We'll just adjust your armor class as we go. So I believe you're
Done. 15 now. Okay.
All right. So Asta, can you go ahead and roll me a perception check now?
1 second, I walked into the kitchen. Good God, what the hell? Why am I finding bugs in my apartment? I'm not a fan. Okay, perception.
Ew.
They're supposed to be dead, damn it. What'd you say?
Perception.
Okay.
Continue with the perception
Oof.
trends.
All right. Cool. All right. Nothing seems to happen on your watch. However, you guys have taken a long rest within the dungeon. as everybody begins to wake up from an 8-hour rest, I need everyone make Constitution saving throws, and as this is night 2 in the dungeon, they are a little bit tougher.
12.
Yeah.
Nat 20.
Damn, D-Knock.
I got a heaven and hell. I got a
19.
nat 20 and a nat 1. That's kind of scary.
21.
And then one from Asta.
I took a long rest and my hit points dropped. My max HP dropped.
That's weird.
I noticed an issue with it earlier. I'm gonna just overwrite it to what it should be, but that was...
Yeah, okay. If you need assistance, I'll work on it after stream. So, Denock, you sleep fine. Valinar and Cardin, you guys sleep soundly. Asta, you barely squeak by, getting a good night rest.
You know
Katya,
why? It's since I got woken up.
Katya, however, due to the dream-like nightmare and being awoken slightly early and then having that kind of stuff on your mind, you unfortunately do take 1 point of exhaustion.
Okay.
So I think the only person who has exhaustion at the moment is Katya.
Disadvantage on ability checks. Oh, sweet. Because I wasn't already getting a negative thanks to whatever the hell happened last time. I still have no proficiency in anything right now.
I forgot about that. That's funny.
It's great. Do I at least get my HP back for finishing my rest?
Yeah,
okay. Good.
You get everything back, you just have a level of exhaustion. Well, everything that you would get back, if that makes sense. Because your character might be in a little weird state of things, so we'll just
I do wonder when I get my max HP back, though.
Find out, won't we?
Yep.
Alright. So
I want it to be said that I'm keeping the current skeletons, and I'm putting the 2 that are dead in my bag.
okay, easy enough.
You
That
put a
gives
whole
me the best.
skeleton in your bag?
Yeah.
He has a
Dude,
bag of
I've
holding
got-
that can hold 500 pounds.
And I've got 2 other bone piles and a troll skeleton in there.
Alright.
The average weight of a human skeleton is 20.5 pounds.
You just
Wow.
looked it up.
That's interesting.
Yep.
So that means the rest of us is pretty much just fat,
Water.
Muscle and organ and
muscle, and
connective tissues.
water. Interesting.
So, I would say that you said you had a troll skeleton in there?
Yeah.
I would say that would probably be 3 humans. And
I was gonna say double at least.
well, they have thicker bones. They're bigger. The average human.
True.
So I'm thinking like 60 pounds for a large creature's skeleton. That seems about right. And just for your reference, Dina, you can have 24 human skeletons in your bag of holding before you would be over capacity in the bag.
I'm gonna need some kind of thing to specifically hold skeletons.
Like a bag of holding.
I need my own bag of skeleton holding.
So,
Because I'm also carrying other people's stuff too.
yeah. I'm
No,
not too
no.
worried
What you
about
call it the bag of bones.
Oh my.
I like it. So,
Bone holder.
I think I'm gonna start casting light on myself so I can see.
okay.
What are you doing, Katya?
I can't see anything, so I'm lighting up the
Well,
room for myself.
What?
I don't know why that's a dexterity save. That is not what I wanted to do.
At this, Deanoch will attempt to feel Katya's
There we go.
magic
Make
using an
Arcana
Arcana check. Yeah.
check. 4. Weirdly, it feels
Weaker?
not really. It feels almost as powerful in a sense, but it feels more unstable than it had previous. So it's like his magic is going a little bit more wild at the moment, or crazy, which gives off the impression that the magic isn't any weaker, at least.
Just more uncontrolled.
Yeah. It's weird to say. It's kind of like electricity. It's going crazy at the moment, but the electricity isn't any weaker than it normally would be, right? So kind of think about it like that. It's weird. It's not
I
how
also
it
have
was yesterday. You
I
know
do
that
have
for
another
sure.
question for the DM.
Yeah.
Now that I have essentially denounced my patron, do I recognize who he was, or is that memory still gone?
I actually DM'd you that. So.
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah. You remember parts of the memory or the dream, not 100% of it.
Oh, I
you
see.
use
Okay,
the
I
general
gotcha.
portions of it, but you still cannot recall his name.
Damn, man, that's gonna really suck until we meet him face to face.
Yeah. All right. So I am assuming that for the sake of time here, you guys are heading back to the entrance. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Take a time. I'm gonna move you guys here.
Good.
Whoop, whoop, whoop.
Here. There's no need for rolls or anything like that. It just takes some time. So at this point in time, it would be early afternoon, like 1 o'clock maybe, ballparking it anyway, by the time you guys emerge from this dungeon. And when you guys leave, see nothing. Sand. About as far as the eye can see.
Where is that dragon?
It looks to be gone.
How many days were we down in there? Do you know?
Roughly 2.
Maybe he thought we died and went off to go find some other poor adventurers.
You guys are welcome to make perception checks if you would like to try and look for him.
Oh, it'll suck. Here we go.
Gladly.
Gladly.
That was a 21.
20 for me.
Hey, 11's not bad.
Yeah, 11's
Considering-
not that bad for your stats right now.
Considering
I misclicked.
that's performance. I'm gonna pretend that I'm looking at something.
Look at Cardin!
Well, damn.
To be fair, I have a +6 to perception.
Cardin, what do your elf eyes see? Oh.
I mean, to be fair, he can see for a mile due to his
Yeah, literally.
his class features.
Yeah, we don't take advantage of that enough.
Give me just 1 second here, because I have to do some quick
Quick maths.
No. Last one. Guys, looking around, looking at the desert around you, quiet. You don't see anything. You don't even hear anything at the moment. Like, you guys hear, like, the wind, but In terms
Okay,
of,
I was about to say, I'm in worse shape than I thought.
Sorry, another creature. You don't hear any other creatures or anything like that.
So there's no dragon. But we have his amulets. Maybe if you hold it up and shout, he'll come?
Yeah, sure. Let's just paint ourselves as a giant target for a big, potentially hungry dragon. Why don't you do it, Katya?
Sure, why not? I mean, we were accomplishing a task for him. The least we can do is see it through. Or we could just start wandering the deserts and maybe he'll find us. Actually, that seems like the better idea. I'd rather not stand here longer than I need to. I'm already feeling woozy thinking about it.
Alone in the desert.
Is that an actual song, or did you just make that up?
I just made that up.
I figured.
Well, whatever we do, suppose we should make the choice now. Instead of just standing here debating about it.
Well, I say we keep walking. And if the dragon shows up, we give him what he asked us for. If not, we have a cool new amulet thing. But I have to remember, I need a memory jogger because we've been down there and a lot has happened. Where were we trying to go again? I know we were trying to get over to the next landmass, but why?
The Jade City, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Jade City? Oh, that's over there? That's over that way?
No, the Jade
You're
City
worse
is,
off than you thought you were, I suppose.
Yeah, the Jade City is on this continent still.
Was it the Doma Mountains? Why were we going to the Doma Mountains again?
It's for something to help me.
Oh, right.
The angel blood. Fallen angel blood.
Right. And we were going to follow the coast until we either find a good crossing point or we find the Jade City. Right?
Something along those lines.
So yes, we should definitely get moving. We won't last forever outside of civilization. We will eventually have to restock rations and whatnot. Speaking of,
This is why we hunt.
you do that. I'm not the hunting type.
Okay.
Good luck finding a place to actually buy rations down here, Katya.
We can make some if somebody, not gonna mention names, could actually, I don't know, do the hunting for us. Somebody who's used to hunting, I suppose?
It is best we move in a pack down here rather than as individually.
Okay, take Valinar with you.
I'm
The
still
rest of
prepared.
you will die.
I am still changing my spells for the day because I had a lot of spells I haven't been using.
Oh, dude, clerics are ridiculous. They have access to all of their spells and can change them out on a whim. It's ridiculous.
That's what I'm doing right now.
So-
You got all sorts of new spells. I feel like I've lost some of my knowledge.
Fun fact: if we need to go across water, I can now allow all of us to walk on water.
Nice.
Oh,
That's
for
interesting.
how long?
1 hour.
You think
You
1
think that
hour
would
is
be
enough
enough?
time to sprint across?
Depends on how far it is.
Yeah, without any hard numbers, I'm not sure that would be a good idea. I'd hate to fall in the water in the middle and have to swim the rest of the way.
Have to be good.
Especially who knows what's in the water.
No, it's fine. I also have a spell to control water. If we all fall, I can just part it.
Oh, so we can all take fall damage when we hit the bottom. Sweet.
Wait. But we won't be drowning.
So, I would like one of you, just because we started so late, I'm going to try and, move us along a little bit. I would like for you guys to select one among you to make a survival check for me for today.
You don't want to choose me.
Well, who's got the highest?
-3 and a disadvantage.
Mine's just +5.
I think it would either
Mine's
be
a 3.
Valinar. I think it would either be Valinar or Cardin. Oh, Cardin already said he was going to do it. Okay.
Yeah.
15. Easy enough to navigate yourselves back to the beach and kind of continuing to follow it along north. Cardin, can I now get you to roll me a percentile, please?
Obviously.
$18.
18.
Actually, really good.
Oh.
Alright.
Good for us or good for you?
Good for you. I didn't roll good enough. So, this is how I'm doing this passage of travel. Due to the fact that you guys are in an area that isn't necessarily manned by demons, due to the fact that they are...
No lie.
There's very few people, if any, that willingly choose to live in the desert here. So, because of that, you rolled an 18%, which means I would have had to roll basically a 19 or a 20 on a d20, which I did not. Therefore, you guys travel for another few days before... Actually, I want to make a point of this because I wanted to make a note of it. Denock, you would know this as you leave the dungeon. That day, I'm pretty sure... Hold on, I'm opening it up one more time. Yes, that day will actually mark... excuse me. The 3rd of Zelphia, which basically marks the 4-month time stretch that you guys, the main core group of you guys, have been traveling together now.
It's only been 4 months?
Roughly, yes.
Damn! Feels much longer than that. To
mean
us
like-
players.
You mean like almost 2 years?
Yeah.
Well, anyway.
So, how many days specifically do we travel? Because I gotta check off rations.
I will get that for you in a moment.
And I'd also be able to lose
Well, I
my
meant to grab, not...
disadvantages too.
I'm gonna double check, but I'm pretty sure it's 2.
2 days.
No, I was wrong. It would be, closer to 5.
5 days without anything going on. Okay.
Yep. Well, but the entire time you guys are walking alongside the water and a desert. When you eventually reach an area where off in the distance, across the water, you can see a stretch of land kind of floating in the water.
I've been waiting a long time to say this. Land ho!
Why are you calling the land a hoe?
Land ahoy? There's land over there. That's the next continent. We finally made it.
Did we?
I'm hoping so. I mean,
Do I see it?
Now that, yes, everybody can see it at this point.
Oh, I suppose there is. You're not just hallucinating because you're somehow enfeebled.
oh, it's been a few days.
I would say, Denoch, with your superior intelligence, it looks more like an island rather than another continent, but hard to tell from the distance as well. Even Carden is having a hard time making out whether or not it would be an island or a continent, just because of the distance.
By the way, you may not want to get too hopeful. That might just be an island. I'm not seeing much land stretching around it, just the point in the distance.
Are you saying we shouldn't bother stopping by?
Oh, I'm not saying that, just it may not be the continent we're hoping for.
I don't know, should we check it out, or just keep going?
How far out does it look, roughly?
Make either a survival or nature check.
Nature works. Not with that roll. That's a 9 total.
9? Hard to say. Hard to say. You don't think you could make it without Yeah, you're pretty sure that you would probably need a boat to get there. Maybe.
Or that water walking spell Valinar was talking about.
Potentially.
But how long of a walk is... There's no context to that question, by the way. Valinar just asked that.
How about you throw a stone and kind of measure how far that goes, and then rough estimate if... Think Carden, how far can you throw that rock? Can you hit the island?
I'll chuck it.
You're gonna throw a rock?
Yes.
Here you go. Rock.
Make a strength check.
Oh, that would have been great.
Wop, wop, wop.
Okay. 13. Shabroosh. You probably made it a good 200 feet.
Not bad.
Okay, so we know it's more than a
That's a hell of a
stone's
chuck.
throw away.
How much farther away is the island
Lots.
than what he threw? Okay.
Now we just need a chuck roast.
Well, if it's...
You stupid.
How far would you say it is from here to the horizon, as far as we can see?
Oh, God.
You know, instead of trying to science this out, let's try it.
Also, Carden, what's your passive perception?
16.
16, Valinar's is 15, everybody else is insignificant at that point.
Yeah. Thank you.
We feel the love.
Hey, you guys
My passive
literally...
perception is quickly approaching negative.
You guys literally slaughter everything that I throw at you, so don't even. Okay. I will say Carden. I will say Carden, you would pick up on this. That as they're kind of talking about science, you get bored and kind of look off in the distance in a different direction. Still a little bit more kind of to the northeast, maybe about... With your knowledge of travel and stuff, it's maybe, half a day's journey or so. There is what appears to be a forest.
Hey y'all, there's a forest about half a day's journey away.
You're up.
Oh.
And as you guys turn and he points it out, you guys would see it. Not as clear as he does, due to his eagle eyes.
Yep, that's a forest, I think. That means we have an opportunity to make a boat instead of trying to trudge across the water.
Of course, if you want to get near any of the plants again.
Boats are the superior way to travel on water.
How many of us here knows how to make a water boat?
Does anybody have proficiency in woodworkers tools or ship navigation tools? That's the word I was looking for.
No, not me.
Nope.
No one? Then none of you.
Nope. I have a proficiency with a lute.
Not
How
gonna
do you
help you.
how do you have proficiency in a lute? You've never played an instrument.
Outlander.
That we've seen.
Not in front of us.
You know, it's really too bad we don't have the skills of the legendary, Steve.
Steve?
I heard
Yes, he
that
could
man's
create
fist was
Steve
about
was
5 feet wide.
He was 6'3" and 400 pounds.
He could literally slap wood together and make an entire house.
That sounds like it would be very convenient for building a boat. But no, this legendary Steve of yours is not available. Maybe between all of us, we might be able to figure something out. We do have extra rope. Maybe tie a few logs together and hope it floats.
Here's a question for you.
You're
Robot.
cutting in and out, buddy.
I love my internet.
I bet you do.
You love your inner?
Okay, yeah, sure. Question. Could I ritual cast Water Walk while Water Walk is activated to just get it back? Because it's a ritual cast.
Click water
Interesting.
walk. Piece of cork. Okay. So yes, but here's the way that would work.
We
You-
pretty much had to stop in the middle of the water.
No, you would have to cast. Well, yes, you could cast it, and then walk for. You could either cast it. Well, no, because it would drop again if you re-upped it. So you would cast it, walk for basically 50 minutes, and then spend. I believe.
I think it's 10 minutes,
I believe
isn't
it's
it?
10 minutes to ritual cast again. I do have to double check that because sometimes it's different for different classes. And then you could do that.
What he's talking about, I think.
Yeah.
It would probably. You would have to stop every 50 minutes, and everybody would have to stop because if they didn't.
Yeah, that would kind of suck. So every
you would be
50
left
minutes,
behind
we sit
eventually.
down in the middle of the water and have a snack.
But the question is, would it drop before he finishes?
Well, even if it does, the spell, as long as you don't drop more than 30 feet, would just shoot you back to the top. Back to the surface.
I don't think that's true.
No, it says right at the bottom. If you target a creature submerged in a liquid, the spell carries the target to the surface of the liquid at a rate of 60 feet per round.
Yeah, so it could be 450 feet underwater, and it would still propel it to the surface.
I meant like as long as I'm still like at the surface and you're still below, it'll shoot you back up.
Oh yeah.
Is what I mean. Yeah.
He's talking about range of cast.
Oh, I see. Yes.
Yeah.
I sorry.
So just to be safe, how about 45 minutes in, start casting it? Nobody will sink then.
Or we could wear life jackets.
There's a life
What?
jacket.
You take a log You hold on to it.
Not all of us are strong enough to carry a log.
Yeah, I highly doubt I'd be able to waterlog.
Once you get it in the water, it's not a big deal.
Maybe for you, getting it in the water is the hard part. And how do you steer it?
You push with your arms in a direction. I make a swimming motion.
Rituals.
Yeah, okay, so you would have
Yeah.
to technically stop every 49 minutes and cast, ritual cast, because...
Good thing we have someone here with keen mind.
Yeah, because otherwise, technically, they would fall 60 feet underwater, or close to it anyway, and be out of your range. But if you did something like that anyway, but if you do that, it takes 10 minutes and 6 seconds to cast.
Yeah.
So, and
Yeah,
you
we
could
can
do this,
totally make it
and
work.
you could do this as a ritual spell indefinitely if you so desire.
Yep. Which is how I was planning on doing it.
How many people can you target with that?
Up to 10 willing creatures.
Damn. That's a hell of a ritual cast spell.
Okay.
You can also cast it for one action. I just don't want to waste the spell slot.
Fair enough.
So in an emergency, you could throw it on us as an action.
Yeah, in an emergency, like if we're thrown over the board of ship, as long as you're all within 30 feet of me, I can just quickly go water walk. We're all back on the surface.
Which one of you? Yeah, Cardin. As you guys are having this conversation, Cardin, you hear in your head.
Shit.
Are you planning to cross the water? How, if there is no boat?
Stubbornly, unless there is already a boat that we can have. Karen doesn't even pay to mind that it might be some mysterious entity.
Mm-hmm.
He just naturally responds because he's so used to mind communication.
Now, I do have to ask, do you say this out loud or in your head?
He would automatically say it in his head.
Okay. Yeah, it's good enough, I guess. Okay. And you would also then get hear back, there is no boat. We have been up. You have already seen this stretch of land. There is no boat within sight.
Is it out of sight?
We do not know.
Oh, jeez.
Is it an invisible boat?
Oh god.
This is so much fun.
I'm gonna have. Yeah. How would we know? We can only see what you see.
We?
You and I.
Who be this again?
Well, who do you think it is?
Robert.
Got it.
Sure. My name is Robert.
How are you, my old friend Robert?
I'm quite well, but concerned about you trying to cross water without a vessel.
I am also concerned about this. We do need a vessel. It would be most wise to figure out a way to make one or find some.
But it
means
seems
of
like your
access to it.
it seems like your more magically inclined friends have some ideas.
Walking on water, from what I gather.
And what is your end? And what is your end destination?
Over yonder.
For yonder.
Oh my god.
Care to be a little more specific?
Would like to go to the Jade City.
If you're heading to the Jade City is not across the water.
That is true, from what I have heard. There was another destination we had in mind, though. We were headed in that direction. Names escape one such as I.
I am aware. Tell me, what are your companions like with others trying to traverse this hazardous area?
How they're like with others?
Mm-hmm.
We readily accept new followers.
Rarely.
We readily.
Oh, readily. I apologize.
Readily, yeah. And we don't interfere with those traveling with us, or even traveling in the opposite direction as us. We seek merely to travel. Unless you have passage over this ship, or over this ocean, this boat, this body of water. You can split the water or make us breathe under it.
Traveling underwater is dangerous. Who speaks for your group? Who leads you?
It's sort of a democracy here. If everybody could talk, that would bring everybody in on the group think. I make telepathic link to Valinor and I say, there is a voice in my head.
You guys have basically finished your conversation at this point in time, by the way.
Oh my god. This is great.
So, the plan is to continuously cast...
Just looks over at Cardin and just with this flabbergasted look of, what the? Okay.
Val, everything okay over there? You're giving Cardin one of those looks again.
Cardin's apparently having voices in his head. Which
Again?
is technically normal, I think. I think we... Which
Cardin, are they the good voices or are they the bad voices?
I mean, they were saying that it's dangerous to go over water.
Underwater.
Underwater. My bad.
No, you're good.
Okay.
Alright. So, good thing our plan is to go over the water.
But what if something jumps out of the water?
Can you instruct this voice in your head to communicate with the rest of us?
I try to like. I get the feeling that the conversation with the voice is over. I
Well,
think
that's just
I.
great. So this
think I-
mysterious voice comes out of nowhere and starts talking to you, and you just. What did you tell them,
I outdumbed Robert.
Robert? Do any of y'all know who Robert is?
No clue.
I knew
It's
a
apparent-
Robert.
It's apparently somebody he knows.
Hello!
Oh, who's this?
You guys look around, make perception checks.
I'ma try.
Perception go. Perception. 9.
Oh, geez, Katya, that's actually
Oh,
decent.
15! Sweet.
It's about as high as you can roll, too, Katia.
That's performance.
Gosh,
Austin.
dang it. I know, I'm blind.
No.
No,
blind is
blind.
We've established that I'm actually more blind than blind, so
This is
I know,
true.
but it's his
Can confirm.
name, so we've got to make the joke every single time.
I
You-
know.
You too, Carden.
Oh, geez, there you go.
That's much better.
Mm-hmm.
No, what you do is you try and flip to look around, and you just kind of hop in place and look around.
Carden, you gonna roll? Oh, there he goes.
He's like, I'll roll when I want to.
Dang.
Gosh.
Well, that perception.
You guys see nothing.
Damn. I rolled a
How
good one.
far
as
away are you
civilization.
from us, roughly?
How
Sorry,
are
say
you
that
able
again?
to talk to all of us?
How far away are you from us, roughly?
Me? I'm close enough.
In the
Right.
sky.
What did you say, Carden?
Is he in the sky?
No,
Okay.
Yes.
Do I recognize this voice?
you do not.
Mm.
Does anyone?
No.
Okay.
Fair enough.
So,
Let's...
first of all, I would like to know how you were able to speak with all of us at once.
Very strong.
Easy enough. Simple conversation.
We're dealing with one of these types. Understood.
Fantastic. Then we are having simple conversation right here, right now, with this invisible, unknowable force that has informed us it is dangerous to go in the water. Like, duh. We
Correct.
kind of figured that, which is why we were going to go across the top of it.
Equally dangerous. But you seem to have a better plan than most.
It's preferable to swimming the whole way.
Do you have a suggestion? What name should we use for you? Or will you just take the name Robert for now?
There's a small, like, kind of smirk, just barely audible. And he kind of goes, "No. My name is not important at the moment. I simply am curious about whether or not you walking on water is able to benefit more than just your group here.
Can I insight him?
With disadvantage,
That-
yes,
I'm gonna do the
Disadvantage?
same
Okay.
thing. I don't like
because you
this
can't
guy.
because you can't see him.
And, or no. 24.
Jesus.
Disadvantage.
And he is going to attempt to.
I'm perfectly cool with whatever he says.
Well, hold on. You are saying. What exactly are you trying to read from him?
If he's telling the truth or not.
Okay. I was gonna say that kind of depends on what he said, or what his role is.
Okay.
That's not as great, but it's okay. So far everything he has said is the truth.
Okay.
From what you can tell by the tone of his voice.
invisible voice in the sky kind of bullshit thing.
Yeah.
So you're talking about others besides yourself.
I'm asking if there is at least room for one more.
So
Would be. The cell
Mysterious-
covers how many Zelenar?
And so there's what, 5 of us?
Hmm.
considering the events we've been through since we've been here on the surface, you'll have to forgive us if we aren't overly trusting of mysterious voices from the sky.
We're gonna circle back around to that one about it being on the surface, but for right now, I have a proposal. One, we travel together, trust one another, to cross the water. In return, we'll make sure that you get to where you need to go and avoid some of the more dangerous areas of the water. If I'm not mistaken, you guys are looking to get to the other side of the mount, or to the other side of the channel, correct?
Roughly, yes.
Okay. That is my proposal to you. If you are in agreement to this, we'll make sure that to help out where we can.
I think Kadia will agree to any proposal.
Excuse me.
I take it you're Katia, then. Fascinating. This is my proposal to you as a group. If you wish to, take us up on it. Great. If not, fine.
For taking these mysterious voices up on it.
So you know the water well.
You could say that.
Do you live in the water?
No.
Okay.
What is your purpose?
My purpose is to cross the channel.
I think we established that already.
What is your purpose for crossing the channel? Why do you want to cross the channel?
To get to the other side. I feel like we've heard this story before, you know.
I'll
Have you
be
ever-
a little more forthcoming than that. I'm a scavenger of sorts.
Ah,
I look for things that people want. And I acquire them. Under the radar of the flying beasties. Yes.
Oh, I see. So you're
You
good
see-
at acquiring things.
And keeping hidden.
This guy sounds pretty roguish to me.
I like it.
well, as long as you are in agreement to not give away any of our secrets to anyone.
Or stab us in the back along the way. That's my fear of being stabbed from behind.
I'm sure you'd love to be stabby. You'd be stabbed. Excuse me. I'm sure you would love to be stabbed
Being stabbed from behind.
in other ways.
I'm talking about in a not so fun way. I don't want to be stabbed in a not fun way.
Look, if we wanted to stab you while you slept, we would have done so already.
I'm sure.
And we wouldn't have made contact with the dumb one.
Again, fair.
While
So-
we were sleeping, how long have you been watching us?
Today marks the second day, third day?
While we were in the cave.
No, that has been about 5 days ago or so.
Okay, right now.
Alright.
Yeah.
They've been watching us since we've left the cave.
At least a day or two afterwards is what he's saying.
I do have a quick question, though. Not related to this current topic, but, I don't suppose you've seen a dragon around.
Can't say that
Copper
I
in
have.
color.
Can't say
You
that
what?
I have.
Neither have we. Okay.
Do you know of one in the area? Seen is one thing, but do you know of one?
I do not. But, as I said, I'm a scavenger. I'm not from this area exactly.
Okay.
No,
What-
but a smart scavenger would know all potential dangers in an area.
Now, what is your plan on getting back across the channel once we've got there?
Later. Do we have an accord?
Valinor, you've been quiet through most of this.
I really want to get across the channel.
An extra hand to help us in the case of everything going to hell and back might not be a bad idea.
An extra hand to help us in case a kraken comes out of the water would be a good idea.
Oh man, I sure hope a kraken doesn't come out of nowhere and totally own us.
Kraken?
Scribble, scribble.
I thought that was on Deanox's home. Wait a minute.
I'm just checking.
Why would there be a kraken here?
Species have a native beginning on the surface.
Oh.
So I think we've heard from Carden on what he thinks.
I'm trying to check something with a spell. Sorry.
Yep,
I
go
like-
for it. What about the rest of you?
Where'd it go? There it is.
Fine.
Deanox's okay with it.
Okay. Asta?
Just so long as the new voice in our heads is alright with my friends here.
Oh, I can
Then you
definitely
can-
say, with the power to link to all of us at once, I would imagine that this individual wouldn't find much of a challenge in betraying us. It won't be enough. So, we're probably safe.
I will clarify. You're not hearing this voice in your head.
Oh,
You're perceiving it with your ears.
Oh. He's probably standing somewhere invisible. Not the first time. I do assume that he's going to reveal himself once we, make an agreement.
You
He is-
kind of have to be able to see him.
Yeah, he's kind of waiting on you guys to agree. Sounds like most of you are in agreement. He's still waiting on Valinor and Asta to speak their mind.
Oh, I said I was in agreement.
Oh, sorry,
you
I
must
didn't
not
hear
have
you.
pressed the button.
Valinor always goes with
Oh,
the
no.
group if they've majority already has it. He goes with them.
Okay. You don't have any quorums
No.
or anything like that, though?
I was looking something up to contingent.
Say that again? I'm sorry, you cut out.
I was just looking at something to check about possible contingency, just in case.
Oh, you guys will be fine. Trust me. I hope.
That's why I have a lightning bolt.
He kind of goes, great. It gets quiet for a moment. Carden and Valinor, you guys would pick up on it. Well, would you? And then approaching quietly. But you guys do hear the soft crunching of sand coming from probably a dune or two away. And as the sound gets louder and louder, eventually two figures appear maybe 15, 20 feet away from the group.
That's why he's been saying
two-
we.
The two figures immediately, one appears to be... Hold on, I want to make sure that I get this right. One appears to be human, wearing like robes of some kind. The other one is elvish and has a heavy crossbow kind of in their hands and cocked and loaded. And lastly, standing, well, basically beside at this point, Katya, with a rapier kind of drawn and kind of not like aggressively pointed towards you, but loosely in your direction. As
Ready.
ready, basically, as a black furred individual kind of apparates beside you with a big old toothy Cheshire cat style grin.
Oh Lord, does this look like the thing we saw in Deanoch's grandfather's place?
It has some familiarities to it, but upon like after that quick initial like, oh my god, oh, it's a tabaxi.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Okay.
cat folk. And he just goes, hello, Katya. And just kind of pulls the rapier down and slides it into his, what is effectively the quiver.
First of all, kind of creepy that you came out of nowhere like that. Second, I cannot guarantee anything, but I will try my best to not pet.
Don't worry, it'll be fine. Yeah, and sorry that there was not really an opportunity for you guys to even see him rolling, getting too close. I rolled a natural 20 for his stealth check.
God dang.
So
Stealthy of stealthies.
So, no, he disappeared from the campaign for a minute, because after bonuses, he rolled a 41.
No, what I'm saying is he was
Dear
the stealthy
Lord.
of stealthies.
Yeah. He rolled, well,
That's how he could talk to all of us, and we had no idea where he was. He's standing in the middle of us all,
Pretty much.
super invisible.
and because of the
God
area
damn.
that you guys are, it is kind of echoey. So he did, he was in an area that you just couldn't pinpoint his voice, and I was just giving him that based off of his stealth check. A natural 20 with, pass without a trace and his stealth bonus. I mean, he scored a 41. So, yeah, he's practically invisible. So,
That puts us at 8 people.
it would. And he kind of goes, My name is Timble. Timbe. And he gestures, this is Zane and Elaine. Elaine being the elven female. And they kind of nod. I am more of the spokesfolk in this group, if you understand. Zane, on the other hand, helps us stay out of sight. We are the group of scavengers that will be accompanying you across the water, if you don't mind, that is. But, seeing as we have struck an accord,
I suppose we're good to go?
Pretty much. Deanoch.
Yes.
I have room for 2 of your undead on the spell.
Ah.
forgot about that.
There are 8 of us.
That is.
Yeah, it just dawned on me
Yeah.
after we struck the accord.
Does the Phantom Warrior count? Or would he be able to just, phase out of existence and just walk across the water himself?
He's got a walk speed, I think. Give me a sec. Looking. I had closed this thing. Yeah, speed 30 feet. He does not float.
I mean, technically he could enter the ethereal plane and just travel, but he still wouldn't be, like, if combat were to break out on the surface of the water, he wouldn't be much help. And if,
Sure.
we'll find out now, won't we?
You
Sure.
keep pushing it. He's going to do it. Shut up,
I just
Katia.
always feel like, anywhere we go, we're gonna be attacked by something.
Probably. You're on the surface, motherfucker. Anyway.
I open my bag of holding and have my skeletons climb in.
Alright, fair enough. Easy enough to do. That's creepy. Not gonna lie.
Comes with necromancy.
Yeah, around this guy, you're gonna have to get used to that because he's always creepy.
Look, just because I can put my hands inside of a dead thing without flinching.
You make your bed out of skeleton parts.
Okay, look,
And
that's
all
just
of
my
your furniture.
aesthetic.
Okay.
The
Here we
doorway
go again.
to your room is literally
Guys.
there's a curtain of bones and teeth just hanging there like some kind of a bead curtain.
Katia, can we put a cork in this so that because we don't know how long this is going to take us to cross.
Right, and I'd rather not be thrown to the fish.
This section here, traveling to that island right there, should take us roughly about half a day, so about 4 hours.
Okay. Look up at the dock and go.
Dude.
Yeah, sure. That my robot again.
Yeah.
Okay, I even plugged these into my computer to give them a better connection.
I think it's just your internet just being butt.
Yeah, probably. All right, am I better?
Yeah.
Okay. So,
And there you go.
And now you sound like butt salad.
But salad's good.
context. Okay.
Try again.
I was just gonna ask. Okay, Dinoc.
Mm-hmm.
No one 45.
Let me know when
Okay,
45
yes.
minutes passes. Got it. That's what he said. I'm almost positive I got it that time.
That is what I said. Yes.
Okay. Alright, with Dinoc acting as your alarm clock, I am gonna open up my travel thing. Because I can use that for this instance.
Great.
I need... we'll have Dinoc roll it, with him being the, alarm clock.
Alarm
Dinoc.
clock.
Yeah, Dinoc, roll me a d12.
12.
Yeah.
Rolling. Rawhide.
Nice. Day 10. Or, roll 10. Day. Alright.
Hey.
That was
It
a long
takes
walk.
10 days to cross, yeah.
Across a half a day's worth of travel. Hmm.
No. So, you actually have a normal time crossing. With the help of Zane, Elaine, and Timbe, you guys do manage to avoid some nests of Shahagans that they point out. You can, after you guys cross, you guys can kind of see them in the distance, but as you don't enter their territory, they don't pay you any mind. Like I said, to their promise, they do assist you in crossing this portion of the channel without incident. Eventually, you guys make it to the land, and it is beginning to come to the night hours.
We're on land.
Yes, you are.
My skeletons climb out.
Easy enough. You guys.
Wow, that was easy.
It is evening, and it is ready to be bedded down for the night, though. Tempe kind of goes, it's relatively easy enough when you know what to look for and what to avoid and how to cross said things. Unfortunately, me and my crew have lost our boat. Normally, we would just sail across, but,
Well, due to being new in the area, we appreciate the assistance.
of course. Unfortunately, due to not having a boat and having to traverse by walking on water, we will have to take the long way around. But this relatively simple to do. It just takes a little longer to do. We have a couple
By
days...
the way, I do have. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I do have a question for you. Have you heard of, or has any of your group heard of, a group of giants forming a new kingdom?
No, I have
Or
not.
have you seen a fortress in the sky?
I can't say that I have.
Unfortunate.
Yeah. But when we get to Nero, we might have a better chance of finding somebody who may have.
Where was that?
Nero.
Nano.
Nero.
Nano.
Nero with the accent mark.
Nero. Gotcha.
Yeah.
How close is that place to being the capacity limit? We came across that.
I see that you have. I understand that you have done this. Fortunately, we are on a island, and this is like the only population, and there's not many people here. You can say they may have. It's been a little while, but they may have 60 people. At least last time that I was here, I think they were around the 50, 55. But, our number is less than 10. It shouldn't affect them too much. But who's to say for certain? But they are about 2 days travel from here, so we will have to travel carefully and have and be mindful of our environment.
Yes.
So did you say we're on an island?
Correct. As you guys
So
are,
what is-
as you guys are
so-
there, you guys can actually see, especially Cardin, looking in like your left and right kind of directions. This would be like your cardinal directions of north and south, Denoch. You guys can actually see like the beaches. Like Cardin, you can tell that it's maybe this island section that you're on is about maybe 5-ish miles wide. And then it kind of it shapes in like almost like a banana kind of a shape, heading to the northish direction.
Point it out.
Easy enough.
So this being an island, didn't you just say that in order to get back across, you would have to take the long way around?
Correct. From here,
How do you do that from an island?
From here we'll walk across water again, to the next island in the sequence of islands that you will cross. The next one is a significantly longer journey. It'll probably take the better part of a day to do. But once we arrive in Shohara, then we will transfer from there to Mir.
How many islands are there out here?
And this one, and in the Arid Isles, 4.
4.
Each one having one representative city, with some outlanders here and there thrown in.
Okay, but what of the landmass that contains the Doma Mountains?
That is where we're heading. That
Oh,
that is the Palfai East. We're heading to that area.
okay.
It will take some time to get there, but honestly, from here, it'd be relatively close. Probably another half-day, 2-day journey from here, depending on weather.
Got it. Then I
A
suppose...
step closer.
Right.
You guys mentioned that you were... At this point, you guys are sitting down and beginning to make camp. you guys mentioned that you are from a sky city?
Never said that.
No, this one, and he points to Katya, mentions something from down here to the surface, meaning you're from up there, and he gestures up. And from this position, unfortunately, your guys' passive perceptions are trash.
Sorry.
Other than Cardin's and Valinar's. Cardin and Valinar, you make it out okay. The rest of you make perception checks for me.
Wow, that's a -1. Here we go again.
All you see is the cat man.
Pretty fur.
Dinok, did you roll?
Yeah, I rolled a 4.
Oh, there it is. I'm sorry. Not what I wanted. I wanted something different.
Valinar? Cardin, do you guys want to roll?
They don't have to. Their passive is
Oh,
high
okay.
enough.
My bad.
No, you're good. Is this... No. We'll go just stick with this one, I guess, for now. Alright. Asta technically rolled an 8, even though I saw you roll again there.
I
For
clicked
you guys,
it once. I don't know what happened.
it happens. You guys have a really hard time making it out, and at times you guys just think they're making crap up. But Cardin and Valinar, as you guys look up into the sky, you can ever so faintly make out this small blackish brown dot kind of in the sky, representing a landmass.
I don't see it.
Wonder which island that is.
Oh, he knows. Zane speaks up. Give me a moment. I have to find the actual island now.
You didn't think you'd have to work that hard.
Well, I have a bunch of papers for all of this, so it's just a matter of piecing
paper
them
has
together.
it?
Yeah. Zane speaks up, and he kind of looks and goes, if calculations are correct, that is the island of Portus. Or Portoris? Portoris, my bad.
Tourist. That's... Oh. Hey.
Is that your home, Val? Roboting.
Yeah, I'm home. Am I still roboting?
Yeah.
Send it.
Okay.
What do you know? Small world.
Yes, each of us comes from a different island.
Was that a sneeze?
I myself am from Hofkeen.
Darax.
No, that was it.
Darax I've never
Oh, hella.
Darax I've never heard of. Hofking, any relation to Hela?
Yes, that was the old name.
Ah, Hela is the neighboring continent of this northern region.
Look at that. We might be getting close to where the fortress is.
Yes, probably then. Speaking of the fortress, I suppose you're wondering about that.
Is that how you guys traveled?
Sure.
Partially,
Absolutely.
yes. We loaned it to a group of giants who were on my island.
Giants, huh? That's interesting. I haven't seen a giant in... well, a long time at this point.
Well, they may be setting up their own kingdom now.
Yes. And it's not unusual to see giants in a flying fortress, after all. They pretty much built it.
Cloud giants, specifically.
I guess we'll find out how long the giants survive this time around. For the first time, your guys' trip, the elven lady speaks up. Everybody kind of turns and looks to her, including some of her own companions. And she looks and looks. She turns and looks to Tembe, who said the comment about the giants being seen, and she goes, "The last giant seen in this area was about 300 years ago. You should know better than to fill their heads." Giants were very powerful in the war, so they were targeted. Survived longer than we thought they would, even with aid. She kind of turns away at that point.
Hopefully they'll last longer this time. Not only do they have the full support of Hofkeen, or they should if my uncle gets his way. If we can solve the issues on Hofkeen.
And kind of just drinks from her mug. She's the stick in the mud of the group, if you will.
Yeah.
But don't let he like kind of like turns like as she like turns to look him back. He's like, don't let that go the wrong way though, because she will kill you. No hesitation there. But
I wouldn't expect any other way.
elves.
As it properly should be.
Oh, right. They're gonna be confused by that.
I've learned to stop asking questions in my line of business. For the most part, when you learn that somebody is from these flying islands, though, you have to ask some questions. So,
Just as people from the island must ask the surfacers. And this one, I point my thumb to Cardin, doesn't really have the answers any of us are looking for.
yeah, he looks like one of the oh shit, Carton, what did you ever name your tribe? Now that I think about it, I don't think you did.
Yeah, my bio is Cardin is a man.
Wow. Fantastic.
Well then.
At least that's what I have on the character sheet.
Real
Fair
helpful
enough.
there, bud.
Fair enough. I'm naming them. He looks representative of the or resembling anyway, part of the fire. Wow, the Firemane clan, if I'm not mistaken. Garden, it's been a while since you've heard that name. Roughly 4.5 months.
How do you know what people I am from?
Told you, I'm a collector. I've been around from the other overgrowth, right?
It's very overgrown there. So we call it the overgrowth.
Yes, and that, he turns to look at you, Katya, is how I plan on returning if I need to, is I will cut the tree down and build a boat. Or pay somebody to do so. But regardless, the Firemane clan is, they're, well, red-headed, as you kind of points to Cardin. Most of them, anyway. They're very adept at traveling. So I ran into them during some of my passages through the different forest areas in the overgrowth, the different mountain ranges, looking for this and that and different baubles. Kind of says, giving again a big grin.
What do you expect in exchange for things? Do you use money down here?
Not exactly. We
Barter then?
barter, most of the time it's favors.
Oh.
I tend to do this.
Favors.
Favors.
Then I want to collect for the favor that we provided to you. I want to pet you fur.
What favor did you provide to me?
Safe passage. Damn it, you're right.
But we showed you where the Shahagans were located.
Then I guess if there's anybody who's allowed to collect the debt, it should be Valinar.
This is true, but the way I see it at the moment, we are even. You help us.
Forgive Katya. He tries to make deals with his mouth that his everything else can't back up.
I can tell he has a
late.
I can tell he has a silver tongue, but not quite the
brains to back it up.
Yes.
It's worse when I start
he
to
said
get
it's not
tired.
me.
It is getting late after all.
This is true. This is true, and we have a journey in the morning. So, any final questions before I turn in for the night, then?
Yes. How does one regain power that they've lost?
Sleep.
In what
Yeah,
fashion?
I tried that. Last time I slept, well, okay, maybe not last time, but it was about 5 days ago.
Oh,
I
in the
went to
cave?
sleep. Yes.
When you lost your night vision?
Among other things, I slept and woke up weaker.
Did anything
Didn't
happen?
Val
Say again?
Didn't something happen? Was there an event that caused you to lose this power, or did you just suddenly lose power?
I had a dream that I broke my pact with my patron. So he took away all of my power.
Well, this would have been nice to know earlier. I would have told you immediately.
You mean you know a way?
No, but I would have told you that's how you lost your power. Not so much a mystery.
Sounds like you've angered your patron. Well, I'm not one to preach about, the ongoings of the unknown, in a sense, but, sounds to me like either
bullshit.
Yeah, it sounds to me like you either need to apologize to your patron, maybe even grovel, but if that's not an option, then the other way would be to do it through someone else, maybe? Or if you're looking to branch through a whole new career, now's as good a time to learn as any, I suppose. Seems like you have some powerful allies around you to help protect you. And at the time being, you can always rely on Old Temple here.
Fair. I'm sure there was a reason.
Threatens him, he will be against your chest in a moment.
If I broke my pact with my patron, there must have been a reason for it. I can't imagine why. I do remember feeling anger, bitterness towards them, but I can't recall why. And when he offered me more power, I said, no, that's enough, and turned away.
Hold up. You said no. Remind me again how you were canceling your surges.
I was getting better control over my surges through him, yes. But like I said, I wouldn't break the pact if there wasn't a good reason for it. And I can't recall the exact reasoning. I just know something was wrong. Something felt off, and I had been suspecting that for some time, especially with Wither, which is also gone.
Another thing that would have been nice to know.
Essentially, if it was something my patron gave to me, it's gone. All of it. Every power, every little tool, gone.
Tell me, you seem to have some still capabilities, yeah?
Well, yes, I do have
This is all.
innate magical power.
Then build on that. That's a great place to start. You already have a foundation. You just have to continue to build on it. It's more of a reliance on yourself rather than somebody else now. Either
Right.
that, or something else that you could, but maybe try to do. I don't know. I don't know how patrons work. Maybe you find someone different. Maybe whoever was your patron to begin with is not a good fit. Maybe you need to pray to a different entity or god or
Maybe.
goddess.
Maybe. But what strikes me the most about you, Timbai, is you mentioned, or Timbe, sorry, you mentioned something about collecting things. I don't suppose in your travels you may have come across some artifact that, what's the word I'm looking for, grants one better control over their magic.
Can't say that I have, no. Kind of looks to Zane, who kind of just shakes his head. Nah, not to our knowledge, no. Most of the time, though, we don't completely understand or know what the if an object has magical powers, if it's what it is exactly we have. Again, we usually collect it for somebody else, not for ourselves. So we
Do
don't.
you not have the identify spell?
He kind of looks to Zane, and Zane kind of goes, I do, but I don't make it a habit of putting my nose in other people's businesses. Some
okay.
people have been killed for less. So,
That is true.
yeah. I don't
Fucking
want...
noble politics.
More like people who are trying to hide something from everyone. We have...
Again, noble politics.
I wouldn't even call it that. It's him. It's one person. There's a crazy old guy, lives out in the mountains, near the Bone Guard Mountains. He says he has a plan to destroy the demons.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He said that he needs some kind of stick. We haven't found it yet, but,
A stick?
yeah, it's rumored to be a lost artifact from the war, the original war, the before the rise. So
Lost artifact from before the rise, from the
Yeah.
old war.
yeah, apparently one of the archmages of the time wielded it. I don't know. He says it's somewhere. It should be somewhere. Oh, excuse me. In the overgrowth. The problem is, it's overgrown.
You know, knowing our luck, we'll be looking for it and find it.
Well, if you do, he might reward you very handsomely for it. After all, we do work for favors down here. And perhaps maybe he knows something maybe he knows a way to help you, Katya.
Indeed. So, there's also the possibility, if we were to join you in this hunt, that at the same time, we may come across some artifact that contains the power I seek. Who
That's
knows?
possible.
We were trying to find the Jade City as well, but I know that's back that way, in a point where we came from.
Yeah, he basically points northwest-ish, and he goes, from behind where you guys are, and he goes, well, that's over there. And we're
Yes.
heading that way, and points kind of in the opposite direction.
Exactly. We were looking to see if we could cross the channel or find the city first. Whichever came first, we would go. We're unfamiliar with territory out here, so we're just kind of going where fate takes us.
Understood.
Wait, this crazy
Even
old
though
man you mentioned.
Fate may be a bitch usually.
This crazy old man that you mentioned, though. He sounds like he might be useful. So, it would behoove us to help you find this stick of truth, or whatever you want to call it.
Did you ever get a name from him about it, or what his name was?
Yeah, his name was Xandar. Xander. He's looking for. He didn't know the name of it, but he described it to us. Zane, can you do the thing? And Zane will use his magic to do a minor illusion of what he believes the item to look like. Give me 1 second. I gotta find it now. I gotta find the description of it.
What was the name of those mountains again? Bone.
Give me a minute.
Something.
Pulling it back. Bone Guard.
Okay.
Bone Guard Mountain. It is a long kind of piece of wood that almost looks like metal. And I don't have to speak in an accent. It's a long piece of wood that has a slight sheen to it, like metal. That kind of weaves out and back in a couple of times before ending in kind of like a fancy cursive X-like pattern with a series of like elvish runes running down the shaft of the staff.
And you said this is just what you think it looks like?
Roughly, it's the best we can do without having an actual image, without actually having to see it ourselves. This is literally an image that Zane has put together in his head and is now showing you. This is what we have been described, and this is our best guess as to what it looks like.
Well, when we find it... Because
What if
I
we just-
know
What if we just went to the overgrowth and burned it all down?
Oh yes, and tell every demon on the continent what we're doing. Are you an idiot?
Sometimes I wonder that myself.
I merely like to make suggestions that I know are a terrible idea just to get on Dinok's nerves.
Let's think about this way. If we were to this item we're looking for, if Xander thinks that he could potentially eliminate, wipe out, whatever you want to call it, the demons with it, what do you think the demons could do with it?
Keep themselves from being wiped out,
Or
or wipe us out, which is their goal. At least that's what we've been led to believe.
true, but he kind of looks around a little bit. What do you know about the... Oh, probably nothing. You're all from the surface, from the... points up. Interesting. Well, I'll tell you what. Sometimes the demons don't
hold up.
kill people. Oh,
I'm inciting that.
inciting what?
His little... What he was about to say.
Oh, okay. 16. Basically, he goes, "Oh, you guys are from the sky. You don't know what we're gonna be talking about, or what I was gonna talk about." So he was going to explain.
Mm-hmm.
The demons don't always come and kill. Sometimes, if a population hits a certain limit, or if they just are bored or want to have some fun, sometimes they'll just come and take people.
Take people?
Take them. People just come up missing. No body, no nothing. No limb, no body, no hair. Where did it go? We don't know.
That's
But
probably hate.
But there are theories. Demons use weapons too. But where do these weapons come from? The Fallen? Sure. But some of them look pristine. New, almost. I think they take them to camps and force them to work.
Work camps.
Of types, yeah. Well, this is all exciting, and it'll give you guys plenty to think about while we dream, yeah? Why do you say we go to sleep? We have a long morning, we have a long day, a couple of days ahead of us. And
True.
Hopefully, no demons, he says, looking up out at the sky as it begins to get dark.
And hopefully, I'll be able to.
I get up and start drawing my private sanctum.
Fair enough.
And hopefully, some of my power will come back to me. I just gotta find a way to do that.
Well, best of luck. I don't know how to help you on that one, unfortunately. I don't. But maybe one day you can find a solution to that.
Well, I mean, initially the whole reason I chose a patron was, I was trying to reach out to somebody of my lineage, and that's not exactly what I got.
I guess you could always try again.
Just as long as you don't get the big T guy.
Yeah, that would be unfortunate, wouldn't it? How silly would it be to end up with a patron like Tenebris when you're not even looking for him?
You watch as Timbe kind of looks around a little nervously. Or even worse, maybe drawing your hand at even his boss. Who knows what would happen if you ever came in contact with Orcus?
Orcus?
Orcus.
Orcus.
Sorry, the only one we know of is the one we spoke of. Due to
Well, we've also
cultist
heard of,
activity.
also heard of Tenoror, thanks to an ancient document.
Can't say I've heard of that one.
But I do have an idea now that I think about it.
Oh no.
Perhaps you can.
Is this going to
explore that.
result in you becoming another angel flying up and then firebombing the entire area again?
That happened once. It only happened once.
You can see Tembe kind of
let me see, what was that
look
name?
a little concerned at this point. What?
Look, we get into a lot of shit. Including a guy who literally put on a mask, died, and came back as a fucking vampire and is now fucking around in my fucking city.
That sounds horrible. I do not envy
And
you.
and the bastard keeps on throwing messages at my head.
Ah, that's psychological warfare, my friend. There might be a way you can prevent that.
Yeah, well, I'm letting him do it so I can just cuss him out more.
Fair enough. Alright, well then, let's get some sleep. Looks to your group.
Night. To see if he's actually going to go to sleep.
Sure. Roll insight, I guess. I mean, he seems pretty tired. I mean, not as tired as you guys, especially you, Valinar, who's been casting spells for the, all day.
Ritual.
But, right. But he does seem tired. Like he genuinely wants to sleep.
That's the name. Maybe I'll try to get in contact with Ralph Aurora in my dreams.
Maybe. He kind of goes, I can take first watch. If I can get one of you guys to do the next 2 hours after that, then Elaine usually will take the remaining part for us.
I will take the second watch.
Excellent.
And my warriors and skeletons shall assist you in all matchups.
That's not creepy at all, but thank you. But let's go with this, and we'll get some sleep then, shall we? And sure, why not? Let's go ahead and roll those. Carden, would you go ahead and roll yours? I'm gonna roll for him as well. He's got a pretty good perception bonus.
And everyone gets advantage because of my skeletons and warrior.
Didn't help him.
Wait, what are we doing?
No, it's just me and
okay.
Carden. Roll perception, Carden.
I'm rolling. I had to rebring my character sheet up.
Oh wait, advantage, so 17. Okay, you're fine. I better double check, make sure you're fine. Where's my percentiles? There they are. Ah! Nice.
69?
Yeah.
Nice.
But
Nice.
we're just barely okay.
I mean, that is the nice number.
Yeah, but we both rolled 17s. So we needed to do that was a 34% effectively. Kind of a window gap, and I had already chosen high. So if I would have been 6 points higher, it would not have been a good night. But regardless, we'll pick this up next week. And
Hopefully things cooperate next week, including Ripper, little one.
Yeah,
I don't think my wife works next week, so I should have an easier time next weekend. Yeah, she doesn't work next weekend, so that we'll be back next week, hopefully. I have some plans for next weekend, considering it is a holiday weekend, but if you guys choose to join us here, we'll have a little bit of fun.
Or try. Or die trying.
Oh no. It'll be interesting, I promise.
Dream sequence!
So,
Do-do-do-do-do.
yeah, nothing really to say here, so check out the VODs, join the Discord, that can be found on my Twitter. Follow me on Twitter, guys. I mean, I'm everywhere on the internet at the moment at Big Ripper, so yeah.
Ooh,
So-
you could even check Spotify.
So we are on Spotify. You'll want to look for The World of Mundus on Spotify, or your favorite podcasting service. Again, if you join the Discord, we have links.
And for the next 24 hours, the link here in the chat.
Yeah. And if that link is no longer good, find me on Twitter. I have a link there that you can follow. So, guys, have a good one. Enjoy your weekend.
Night, y'all.
Night, everyone.
Nat.